Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are pressing start on the ultimate, glitched, but oh-so-lovable NPC of the dog world, the Golden Retriever. If you've ever owned, met, or even just seen a video of one of these dogs online, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? They are basically the fluffy ambassadors of happiness, friendship, and just unreasonably good vibes. So today, we're going to break down the funniest, weirdest, and absolute most endearing moments that make this breed so spectacularly unique. Now, what's really wild about this slide is the massive gap between their noble, historical resume and their hilariously clumsy everyday reality. I mean, on paper, you've got a majestic, highly trainable hunting companion. But in reality, you've got a derby couch potato who randomly decides to take a chunk out of your living room rug or figures the most efficient way down a grassy hill is to stick their tail in their mouth and just do a full-blown somersault. The contrast is just pure comedy. Before we fully press start on our explainer today, let's just quickly run through the levels we're tackling. We've got Level 1, the signature goofy faces. Level 2, aquatic intruders and stunts. Level 3, wonderfully weird dog habits. Level 4, the science of zoomies. And finally, Level 5, why we love the derp. Okay, let's jump straight into Level 1, the signature goofy faces. Thanks to those super flexible facial muscles and really long snouts, their faces are essentially hardwired to display 100% enthusiasm and absolutely 0% poker face. I mean, look at the anatomy here. You've got those wide, toothy grins that practically mirror human smiles. Then you have those aggressive head tilts, which, fun fact, they actually use to adjust their ear antennas and look past their long noses to try and understand us better. Add in a perpetually lolling tongue that just hangs out when they're relaxed and those highly expressive eyebrows, and you have a recipe for constant comedic relief. But I gotta ask you, have you ever come home, found a chewed-up rug, or a totally destroyed pillow, and been met with that hilariously guilty, cowering dog face? You know the one, the tucked tail, the flat ears, those big sad eyes looking up at you with what looks like pure, unadulterated remorse? Well, here's the kicker. They don't actually feel bad about destroying your carpet. According to the American Kennel Club, a dog's cognitive ability doesn't really process complex human guilt like we do. What they're actually doing is exhibiting an appeasement response. Basically, they're reading your stressed out negative body language and trying to de-escalate the situation by looking as non-threatening and, let's be honest, pathetic as humanly possible. It's literally a survival tactic that just happens to be incredibly funny. Moving right along to Level 2, aquatic intruders and stunts. Listen, if you own a golden retriever in a swimming pool, you don't actually own a pool anymore. You own a private canine aquatic park. If there's a pool around, the Golden operates on one very simple internal logic. Get in the water with absolutely zero grace and maximum splash damage. There's no polite negotiation with the water temperature here. One second they're chilling on the patio, the next, fully airborne. Other dogs swim to retrieve something, but Goldens, they retrieve something just so they have an excuse to keep swimming. And the grand finale is, of course, the shake-off, strategically directed at the nearest completely dry human. But hey, their physical stunts aren't just limited to water. Remember a while back when the internet tested their historical hunting dog programming with that viral golden retriever egg challenge? Historically, these guys were bred to retrieve waterfowl for hunters without damaging the bird, a trait known as a soft mouth. So the challenge was simple. Give your golden a raw egg and see if their famously gentle mouth can hold it without breaking the shell. And man, this brilliantly illustrates the complete unpredictability of the modern golden retriever. The results were so mixed. Some dogs treated that raw egg like precious cargo, holding it with the utmost care. Others completely bypassed their genetic programming, dropping it straight on the floor or, hilariously, just swallowing the entire egg whole in one gulp. So much for that majestic hunting pedigree, right? All right, that brings us to Level 3, wonderfully weird dog habits. Ever tried to just have a moment of peace only to find your dog staring into your soul while going to the bathroom? Or maybe napping on your absolute smelliest sneakers? Well, science actually has answers for this. They sleep on your stinky shoes because they find immense comfort in your highly concentrated scent. When they lock eyes with you while doing their business, it's actually because they feel vulnerable and are looking to you, their protector, for reassurance. And eating grass? Despite the old myth that it's for a tummy ache, studies show less than 25% of dogs actually vomit after eating grass. Mostly it's just out of boredom, they like the texture, or it's a lingering canine instinct passed down from wolves. Now, brace yourselves for this one. Surprisingly, 16% of dogs are frequent poop eaters. Yeah, it's a gross, but scientifically backed habit known as coprophagia. So if your golden happens to be a member of this not-so-exclusive club, just know you are definitely not alone, even if it makes those enthusiastic dog kisses a little less appealing. And speaking of bathroom habits, check out this truly bizarre data point. Researchers actually spent 2 whole years observing exactly 1,893 canine number 2s. Why? To discover that dogs, including your goofy golden, actually prefer to align themselves on a north-south magnetic axis when they go. So the next time your dog is doing that weird little spinning dance before they squat, they're literally acting like a furry biological compass. Let's unlock Level 4, the science of zoomies. I just find it so funny that there's a highly clinical, scientific term for a dog tucking its butt and running in circles like a maniac. The technical term for zoomies is FRAPS, which stands for Frenetic Random Activity Periods. Veterinary behaviorists say there's no single specific cause, but it basically acts like a pressure release valve for pent-up energy or stress. It's literally just an explosion of pure kinetic energy. So if your dog looks like a speeding bullet with a goofy smile, don't worry, they're just shedding off extra energy and living their absolute best life. You can easily spot a happy frap by their body language. You'll see the classic tucked butt and tail, a very loose, wiggly posture, their tongue flopping wildly in the wind, and it usually ends with a cute playbow. It's entirely different from a scared dog running away, which would look tight and tense. A zooming golden is basically just a happy, temporary hurricane sweeping through your living room. And finally, we've made it to the boss level. Level 5, why we love the derp. It really is an incredible paradox. Animal psychologists consistently rank golden retrievers as the 4th smartest dog breed overall. They score incredibly high in adaptive, working, and obedience intelligence. Yet, in practice, this highly intelligent creature will look at a grassy hill and actively choose to barrel down it head over tail, fully embracing the chaos. They are absolutely smart enough to learn anything, but joyfully enough to just be completely ridiculous. I love this quote because it really hits the nail on the head. Golden retrievers don't overthink whether it's cool to be excited. They just commit to the moment with pure, uncomplicated joy. See a puddle? Best day ever. Meet a stranger? That's their new best friend. Find the exact same toy they played with yesterday? Call the press. It's a historic celebration. It's literally the energy of a friend who simply says yes to absolutely every plan. So in a world that can often feel, heavy, serious, and just overwhelmingly complex, we have to ask ourselves, why are we so fundamentally drawn to these delightfully chaotic creatures? What is it about their brand of silliness that acts like a perfect antidote to our daily stress? Honestly, they're the perfect medicine. They bring this infectious optimism that asks for absolutely nothing in return, except, maybe a belly rub and access to your favorite stinky shoe. They constantly remind us to put our phones down, stop overanalyzing every little thing, and just embrace the simple, silly joys of the present moment. They love us unconditionally, and they teach us to laugh at our own imperfections by proudly and constantly displaying theirs. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this question. Whether it's a frantic late-night zoomie, a mathematically aligned bathroom break, or a completely ungraceful pool entry, which ridiculously goofy golden retriever glitch will you appreciate just a little bit more today? Keep an eye out for those everyday moments of joy, guys, and remember to channel your inner golden retriever every once in a while. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next explainer.